Welcome to the Adventures in Alchemy podcast, where we share tips, techniques, and true stories to support you in using the law of attraction and alchemy to create magic and live the life of your dreams. Here's your host, the founder of dailyalchemy.com, Michelle Martin Dobbins.
Hi there, this is Michelle Martin Dobbins, and this is the Adventures in Alchemy podcast. Welcome, and today we're going to talk about a technique that will raise your vibration in 5 minutes, and that is really easy to do. I call it making love tea because I like to have tea as my drink first thing in the morning. You might like coffee or cocoa or water or juice, whatever you drink first thing in the morning. Take that and prepare it, and then sit down in a quiet spot and send loving thoughts into your tea. If you are like me and you've had some training to send energy healing or Reiki healing, you can put that into your tea to sit there and send to your tea or your whatever drink that you choose for 3 or 4 minutes, or you can just intend for your loving thoughts to go into the tea. And for me, I find that I get the highest vibration by thinking about something that just easily gives me loving thoughts. Thinking about my children, thinking about our puppy, thinking about laying on the beach, being on vacation, thinking about any good times that I've had in the past, whatever evokes a high, loving vibration, I will think about that and intend for that vibration to enter my drink. So I do that for, 4 or 5 minutes, whatever feels right. And then I slowly, leisurely savor the tea and intend that all those good, loving vibrations that I put into the tea are going into my body. One of the reasons that I felt inspired to do this was a person named Dr. Emoto. Many of you may have heard of him. He did a water experiment where he took water and he either spoke words or put words on the container of water, that some words were uplifting and some words were very negative and hateful. And then he froze them and looked at the crystals that resulted. And he found that positive messages made beautiful crystals and negative messages made, they're not pretty. I'll put a link in the show notes to his website if you want to go check out the crystals. But that's not the only experiment that's been done that shows that these messages that are sent not only to water, but plants, or there's the rice experiment. I think people have done it with apples. I'm sure people have done it with lots of things. But if you take two objects, such as two living plants, and you send loving thoughts to one and you either ignore or send negative thoughts to the other, you're going to see an extreme difference in a very short amount of time in the health of those plants. So that's my thinking, is that if we put loving thoughts in at least one beverage that we drink in the morning, it's an easy way to raise our vibration. I will tell you, if you're not used to this and if you're brand new to spiritual growth work, law of attraction, alchemy, anything like that, and you really haven't done that much work around self-love, go slow, be really sweet and easy on yourself. Because sometimes this, if you're not used to these love vibrations and you put them in your body, and especially if you really focus on your love for someone else and get your highest love vibrations in there, sometimes you may have, in Unity, we used to call it chemicalization. I think it's been removed from a lot of the books, but it was kind of that process of when you raise your vibration, if you raise it a lot all at once, um, it can take a little bit of time to stabilize. You can have some feelings come up. You can have even like illnesses, tummy aches, colds, coughs. I've seen people get rashes. And I don't want you to create the story that that's going to happen if you do this, because if you do this once a day, you're slowly introducing these love vibrations back. I mean, one time a day, one cup. It's It's great. It can do a lot, but don't come up with the story that it's gonna create negativity. But if you do have any issues around it, don't beat yourself up, but be okay, and don't stop doing it just because this happened, because sometimes it does take a while. I would say that any practice that you start, be it meditation, be it yoga, be it writing in a prayer rain journal, or making this love tea, give it at least 30 days before you decide to stop and say that it doesn't work or it's not good for you. Um, it takes a while for you to adjust, your body to adjust, and there is a time lag whenever you change the vibrations in your body for things to start happening. And just remember, you may not always associate it. So you may think, okay, I'm drinking this love tea every day and nothing's happened. And then you look back on your month, you may find out you're getting along better with your coworkers, or you came into some extra money that you weren't expecting. And, is it necessarily directly from the love tea? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I do know one thing for sure, taking the time and intention to raise your vibration, to be loving to yourself and to your body, will help you manifest things that you want in your life better. It's a win-win. That's the thing. You can sit and visualize forever and ever and ever, and you may get those things, but here's my belief, and here's the big thing that I like to focus on at Daily Alchemy. It's if you're not happy, and if you haven't made spiritual growth, and you haven't made joy and love for yourself and others a priority, getting those things is not going to bring you that happiness. And so it's kind of like, this big win-win. You give yourself love, you get love, and you get the stuff too, usually down the line. And sometimes you decide that wasn't the stuff you wanted. And sometimes you do decide it was. It's all fine. But went on a little tangent, but what I'm saying is don't stop your practice. Keep doing it at least 30 days. And even after 30 days, even if you don't think it's doing anything, I would encourage you to continue something. At least one core practice every day that is really going to focus on self-love, because almost all of us got negative self-love messages. Even if we had the most loving of parents, we live in a world where people are quick to find judgment. I think many of us who had wonderful parents may have had school teachers that weren't always so nice. And we just have to remember that, sometimes we didn't get good messages, and we have these things stored in our unconscious mind. So we can drink some love tea every day and start shifting that and letting go of those things. Um, if you have any questions for me, feel free to go to dailyalchemy.com, and there's a little envelope there where you can send me an email, or you can go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Michelle Dobbins author. Or I think if you search Martin Dobbins, it will probably come up that way. So if you are having any problems with your manifesting, please come to dailyalchemy.com. You can click up on the menu bar on Magical Life Manifesting Club. And for only $15 a month, we do have a group that does a little mini course each month. Not anything huge to get you overwhelmed, but there's also a ton of freebies for members. And we have 2, sometimes 3 live Q&A calls each month, and a Facebook group, a private Facebook group, where we can connect with each other and support each other. So I would love to see you there, and I would love to hear how drinking love tea goes for you. So let me know. And in the meantime, have a beautiful, wonderful day. Make some magic in your life. Namaste.
Thanks for listening to the Adventures in Alchemy podcast. Connect with me on thedailyalchemy.com or Facebook at facebook.com/Michelle Dobbins author. Join us next time for even more magical life tips.